say, Ashley, should we go into the attic space for a bit of rumpe-pumpe?
Oh, darling, it's barely noon. I'm only halfway finished folding Abernathy sweaters.
Oh, they're jumpers, dear. Jumpers, not sweaters.
We'll see about that. Alexa?
Oh, for the love of God, not with that Alexa thing again, dear. Come and join me upstairs in the attic with a dirty martini.
Oh, Johnny, you're so devilishly naughty, aren't you? Oh, I guess a break wouldn't kill me now, would it? Abernathy won't mind.
Jolly good. I go fetch a blanket, my dear, and you bring the beverages, what? Ah, wretched blanket.
Oh, Johnny, you're so incredibly playful. Oh, Johnny. Johnny? Wait a minute. You're not my Johnny.
Oh, don't be silly. I am your Johnny. Oh, I say. Huh? Oh, rumpe-pumpe.
Abernathy, you and I know perfectly well it's sweaters, not jumpers. Mommy will be with you very shortly. To all our viewers, thanks for watching, everyone.
I'm Ashley, and along with my partner Johnny, we're renovating this 18th century chateau in southwest France. Join us as we hunt for treasures across Europe, for our antique shop and art gallery, taste the region's gastronomical delights,
anchovy, peppers, and olive.
create our own recipes from our land, and bring Chateau de Lomenie back to life. All under the watchful eye of our sausage dog Abernathy and our flock of 9 naughty sheep. It's all about art, antiques, food, and farm life in our French chateau. Come along and experience the art of French living.
No, I was gonna. There's no handle on it. I was gonna. I've been meaning to shut that shutter for like how many months now? I've just gone, there's no bloody handle.
I tried to do it yesterday and the same thing happened.
I know. And for you guys watching, we're laughing very hard at something so simple. It's just, there is stuff everywhere when you're renovating. And anyway, a job for another time. So.
Don't fall through the floor.
Can you imagine?
Oh, all right. Okay. Jokes aside.
No,
Ready?
sure. Right, so we're just about to go into the attic space. And you wonder why I am taking Ashley into the attic whilst we're weed matting. So I think I showed you guys where the wall is, where the weed matting will actually be hung up against. There's a concrete plinth, so we can't drive any stakes into that to hold the matting in place. So I thought maybe that we've got some excess steel up here, which actually come down from the library. And the idea is to just use that to hold the matting in place. And then once we're away from the concrete, then I can use my pins to drive it in like normal people. So come with me as I take you into our attic space at Lomenie. It's been a while since we've been up here. The ceiling's in much need of repair, and for those of you that like the wallpaper that you often find and discover, I know a lot of vlogs are saving their wallpapers. There's a little peek at one of ours. A little gentle green sprig of something. Anyways. Huh. Oh my god, look at the cobwebs up here actually. Look at these. So it really is something from a Stephen King novel, isn't it? After you.
No, you go first.
This way.
I'm always terrified that I'm going to step on the floor and fall through. Should not be fun.
If I remember correctly, Ash, this way. One of the first things that we did when we bought the chateau is come and explore the attic space, because you hear these wonderful stories of chatelaines and other owners finding treasures. And there's a lot of vlogs out there where people say, you know what, I need a new XYZ. Let's pop up into the attic and get it and use it. The only thing we found was this plate, which had cat meat on it. And next to this plate was an old rocking chair, which had been knocked over. And there was like a book or two. And it was really weird because it was like someone lived up here at some point. Oh, and there was a mouse trap, a humane mouse trap, which we do use. In fact, I'll just sell it. But it, poor thing, had a dead mouse in it. Never emptied it. All right. So how many have we got here? These will do. They'll certainly help make a start. I mean, that was a huge area that we took down, isn't it? Have you been taking my steel rods?
Is your imagination running wild again?
Can you hold the torch while I carry these? There's one man there. I might...
How amazing this wall is. You can still see all the horsehair.
What's it called that you just called it?
Horsehair.
Horsehair.
My American horsehair.
Are you sure you're not from Cornwall?
Horsehair.
All right.
Witch's broom.
Now it's pretty warm up there, isn't it?
It is
Temperature
warm.
drop.
Yeah, I know. It's because the ghosts live in this room.
Right, shut that
Don't
door.
break the window, don't break the window. I'll shut the window.
That's it. Okay. It's warmer in the attic than it is in the house. So, say the farmer rocks up and he sees me with this, he's going to think, cardboard, still, what else is this man doing? Do you not get embarrassed? You don't care, do you? I don't know what it is about the project. What's your crazy father doing? Huh. Oh, boobs. You got to stand back, buddy. Here he is. Ah. See, I was gone, what, 2 minutes just to get changed because it's so hot. And this is the, I wish Mummy would greet me like this. Ah, good job, boob. Such a darling, isn't he?
He's the best dog in the world.
He is. You enrich our life in so many ways, boobs. But Daddy needs to get on now. Daddy needs to lay some cardboard down. And Daddy's very embarrassed because Daddy's always out here doing crazy stuff. I'm a little bit embarrassed. Well, it's just going to look a bit of an eyesore, understandably. But the trick is getting it down quick and then covering it with beautiful weed matting. So the farmers go by and go, ah, it's about time, Johnny. Every year we see you out here. We keep thinking to ourselves, you must put down the matting of the weed. And then they rock up on their tractor and it's like, it's IKEA boxes. What's going on? Overlap's always good, right? Double bubble, toil and trouble.
It does look absolutely ridiculous.
No, I know it does, but seriously, on a lot of the forums, because obviously weed matting will work to an extent, but I think we're saying so aggressive. I've just come across a lot of threads where people said like, we've gone ahead and used newspaper and or cardboard and then just covered it with mulch and it works really well. So that kind of planted the seed of actually having belt and braces.
It's all right.
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, we believe you. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure I believe myself. That's why
I can tell.
The more I speak it, the more I believe it. I think just because it just looks so ridiculous.
Yes, just do it quickly. What are you doing?
Farmer's here.
Run.
Don't let him, don't look at him. Don't look at the farmer.
I can only imagine what is going through that man's head right now. Jean-Claude.
Voila. That's the easy part, isn't it? Hey. Good boy, Boobs. Okay. So does one side look more shinier to you than the other? Apparently the dull side goes down because it's meant to, when it gets wet, grip the earth a bit more. But I think with this one, it's the same, isn't it? I think they were talking about the Gyrotex one. It was called Gyrotex.
It was called Geotex.
What did I call it?
Gyro.
Gyrotex. So this is this year's new summer collection. This one's called Fauna in Full. See how it just wraps around there? Anyway.
Well, first layer down. Feeling good about it?
Well, I'm not going to talk now. She said I talk too much on the vlogs. Yeah, so, well, I'm happy that cardboard has been enveloped. I mean, it's amazing though. Once you put this down, you do see undulating. It is, which is fine because we're going to fill this with wood chips bark. However, ideally it'd be lovely, wouldn't it, to have a flat surface. A flat surface is what we don't got, this is what we've got, but we're going to make it work. So I'm making progress at the front. I got thus far and then there was a toot-toot and the postman rocked up. Now I've been keeping an eye out because Ashley has ordered something. We're expecting something for the garden. This lovely parcel arrived in the post. Now, this is from a very sweet and dear friend of ours called Renee Jacobs. Now, I'm very excited about this, and I'll tell you why. Renee is an American photographer who exhibits all over the world, and she still does. She's got amazing books out, etc. Wonderful photography of women nudes. Anyway, so about 2 years ago, I think it's 2 years ago now, we met them, and they come for dinner. And like a good photographer, she brought her camera, because a photographer should always carry their camera with them. And after dinner one evening, she said very nonchalantly and very casually, "Hey Ashley, would you mind getting naked so I could take some nude photos of you? Now, I nearly fell over sideways and spat my coffee out. So yeah, they spent a couple of hours in various rooms, which just was amazing for me to watch. And she created the most amazing photos of Ashley. So Ashley, poor thing, is at the moment, we're both working quite hard today, she's shoveling sheep poop and cleaning out 2 of the stalls. So part of me wants to run over and just share this with her, which of course I will do. However, I want a little sneaky peek because I'm feeling somewhat lethargic and tired myself. And I think this just might be the little perk I need. So let me just see if I can open this. Too excited. I can't even open it. And whilst Ashley is not here, I will go ahead and just share this wonderful imagery with you. And of course, it's entirely up to Ashley in the edit what she decides to show or not. I'm gonna put the camera down just, oh no, I'm good. Oh, it's like Christmas at the chateau. Yep, only 2 hands, guys. One moment. It's probably not, it's probably a beautiful photograph of the sheep. Okay. There's 2 images here. Oh, I see a top hat. I see 2 top hats, 2 images. What I might have to do is go into the carriage house or something, because as you can see, it's rather windy. But I've just brought them over to the steps of the chateau. I'm going to flip the camera around. Absolutely beautiful. And I remember exactly where these were taken. Very, very sweet of dear Renee. So these are the 2 images that she was very sweet to send. My beautiful, beautiful Ashley in my top hat. And this one is just, not quite sure which one I prefer. I love them both equally. So this has really put a smile on my face for obvious reasons. And I think it's time I go and find Ashley and show her what lovely gifts we have. So she should be over here somewhere. There she is. Hey, how you going?
Good. Almost done.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ah, have you got a minute? I've got a delivery for you. You might want to take a look at.
What is that? Those aren't my garden beds that I'm expecting today.
They're certainly not your garden beds. Take a look.
Is this a present for me?
Yep, just come in the post. Postman just dropped them off.
No way. Did you order these?
I did not. No, I wish I had. They're stunning. So Renee, yeah, a gift from Renee from the work that she's done here.
She sent these.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't know they were coming. Obviously you didn't either.
I did not know that they were coming. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. How funny. So, glamorous me, normal me.
Well, it's awesome. That's the duality of Ashley Adams right there.
Right.
It's true, right?
Most days I'm like this though. With my my hay.
With your hay, shovel out sheep poop.
Oh, that was so sweet of them. Those are lovely.
Nice.
Aw.
Yeah, and there's a lovely little note as well, which I'll show you after.
Oh, how nice. So, obviously you opened them before bringing it over to me. You know, I'm sure it was addressed to both of us. Took a sneaky peek, didn't you?
I took a sneaky peek. Well, yeah, I mean, it's quite hot up front, and then
Excuses.
it certainly put a spring in my step, I must say.
I'm sure it did. No, that was so sweet of them. And look, they're signed. Aw, beautiful. Thank you, Renee. So appreciate it.
Nice little break from sheep mucking.
Yeah, nice little break from sheep mucking. It's hot out here.
It's hot, right? I know. You should take your top off.
I know, when I started this job, it was cold, and now...
Yeah.
Whew, whew, whew. Oh, thank you for the little fun break. I'm going to get back to work. I just have to say that I actually enjoy this job because growing up, I had a horse named Susie Q. My parents said, you can have a horse, but you have to pay for the board. After school every day, I mucked out the stalls at the stable where I boarded her.
Oh.
So this is normal for me.
Yeah, you're not shy of a bit of hard work.
I'm not shy with horse and sheep manure. Anyway, all right, let me get to it.
All right, sweet. Okay.
Bye.
All right, see you now. Come, boobs. Come and help dads. Renee, thank you so much, darling, for that lovely, unexpected gift. Absolutely beautiful. I love it. And what I'll do, guys, I'll put a little link to Renee Jacobs' photography down in the section below. So I must get back to work, but that was a very welcome little break and rest. We thought today we'll use our little workshop that we set up and do some work in here. I've got my little station set up, just priming before we gild and do some artwork. And what are you up to, Ash?
I am getting ready to put new inventory in the antique shop. I love these ink buckets because they work as flower pots, hence fleurs. They work as champagne buckets. They work to hold firewood. So they're just so versatile and they're beautiful and they're very French. So I'm just adding one last detail, a little fleur-de-lis to the side here of this one.
Do you have a preference as to what kind of shape you like? Tub or the grape carrier?
I love the grape carriers. I mean, they're my favorite. Anytime I see these at a brocante, I snap them up as soon as I can find them.
I always go to the beautiful rust and the patina inside from the grapes. Oh, there's something inside that one. What is that? I've been looking for that, whatever it is. I can assure you, whatever it is, we've been looking for it.
Oh no, you know what that is? That's my sewing. It's my sewing foot pedal.
So that's just going to stay in there like that?
Yeah, it's just going to stay there. It's good for storage.
So yeah, these are lovely. Here's the straps. And yeah, back in the day, people would have put these on and walked through the vineyards and plucked away and just throw them over their shoulder, literally.
And they're quite heavy. I mean...
Yeah, why don't you demonstrate?
Yeah. Oh gosh, I mean, they are very, very heavy. Even without the grapes.
Yeah, can you imagine? Oh, why is this so funny? No, go on, put it on. You got to do it properly. Give us a twirl. Ah, no, that's cute. Wow, so yeah, pretty heavy, right?
They're very heavy.
You don't realise how big they are until they're actually on a person.
Let's see, so Abernathy weighs about 7 kilos.
Yeah.
So you think 7 kilos of grapes would fit in there?
7 kilos of grapes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Let's see.
With the liquid.
Let's see what he thinks of this. There you go, buddy. What do you think of that? What do you think of that?
Oh, bless. Is that funny, boob? Ah, it does look cute.
Are crazy, aren't they, Abernathy?
Huh.
We won't put polygrey in.
Can you imagine? Oh, that'd be so funny. Maybe when she was a little baby. So this room here has really been a dumping ground, hasn't it? But
yeah.
With the cold weather, it was Ash's idea to actually turn it into a temporary workshop. So it's not the greatest or the biggest of rooms, but I'll just try to pan around to give you some idea. It has this awful lining on the walls, like a padded cell.
The funny thing is we had a nickname for this room. We called it the chandelier room because every time we would buy a chandelier, it would just come and it would sit in this room, and so the whole room was just filled with chandeliers.
Which was quite amazing, really, because they're so fragile, and obviously unless you hang them straight away. So yeah, it became known as the beloved chandelier room, and it'll probably forever be known as the chandelier room.
All right, I'm gonna go back to work. Enough distractions.
All right, I'll leave you to it. I just want to show you guys the view. A little bit overcast today, but it looks out onto Ashley's antique shop, the front courtyard of the chateau.
I'm not quite finished with these ink buckets yet, but I just want to see what they look like displayed. And I thought that would be a good opportunity to show you guys the antique shop.
Nice maneuver in there, Ashley.
It's heavy. As you guys could imagine, I love all things French vintage. And everything in here is just stuff that I personally collected all over France before we ever had the chateau and before we ever had the shop. It was just stuff that I loved personally. I never obviously had room for it because I had just a little village house on the other side of France, and it had an annex on the ground floor, and it was just stuffed with pretty much everything you see in here. I started my own line of bistro tables, and what I do is every single time I see one of these beautiful bistro bases, I buy them, and then I also find these beautiful vintage mirrors. They come in all shapes and sizes. I reverse gild them. So, you know, I have one that is a French bumblebee. I recently did one that is the French RF sign with the French flag. I have all different designs. This one is Picasso et Lump, which is actually the name of my Antiques Emporium. So there's a really special reason why I named the shop Picasso et Lump Antiques Emporium, and that is the story of Picasso and his sausage dog, whose name was Lump, rascal. There was an American photographer who had this sausage dog named Lump. He went to photograph Picasso, and Picasso and his dog fell in love with one another. The photographer told Picasso, you know what? This dog is so happy with you that you can have him. He just saw that Picasso and Lump had this amazing, amazing love affair. So of course, it just reminded me of Abernathy and Johnny, because American TV producer comes to France with her sausage dog, and the minute that the two of them met, Abernathy and Johnny, they fell in love with each other. I mean, it's almost the exact same story. Now I have my own Abernathy and Darko story.
That's very sweet. And didn't they die within...
Yes, yes. Oh gosh, so beautiful. Picasso died 10 days after Lump.
10 days?
10 days. They were together for 6 years. And another funny little tidbit is that the sausage dog and Picasso, there's also a goat as part of their family. How appropriate.
Called Esmeralda, right?
Are you reincarnated Picasso?
I wish. I might be sausage dog and his goat, but I certainly don't have his talent. But I've got the American girl, that's all that counts.
Do you see this giant blank wall here? It's not supposed to be a blank wall.
It's not, is it?
I asked Johnny a while back to create something for me for this wall. And he made the most amazing piece of art. It is a huge French RF flag with the letters, and anyway, it's just gonna transform the room. And every time I come in here, I'm like, when are we gonna put it up?
Well, you asked me to make it and I made it. We ticked that box. You never said anything about the actual installation. I quite like the wall just as it is.
No.
Chandeliers really pop. No, we will get it done, sweet. It's just, you know what it's like. It's well, it's a big job. I mean, it's almost 4 meters tall by 2.5 meters, 26 mirrors, and the wall has got more twists and turns than an Agatha Christie novel.
If it's not typical, it's not chateau living. Johnny made these tables for me, and I love them because they look like they're going to stand up and walk away, don't they? Beauty and the Beast table. The other thing I wanted to show you guys is this. So I was in a local antique shop, just about a half hour from here, and I saw this in the shop, and I fell in love with it. And the lady that owns the shop said, oh, it came from the ceiling of a chateau. So it's this beautiful plasterwork, and imagine the whole ceiling was made from this.
Incredible.
And she said, oh, I happen to have 10 more of them. I have the whole ceiling. She's like, oh, but you know, they're really dirty and they'll take a long time to clean. I'm not sure if you'd want them. Of course, I bought all of them. But they are just so beautiful. This flourish came from a road trip we took in Italy last year. We took the van and drove all the way from here through France to Italy. We stopped at every amazing brocante and flea market that we could find.
But do you remember the wonderful cheese plates and the wine?
Oh my gosh. Oh, this antique fair that Johnny's referring to was in this amazing little town in northern Italy. Oh, it was so fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. There's nothing I love more than an antique buying trip. Nothing I love more than that.
And you throw wine and cheese and ham into the mix and it's perfect, right?
It is bliss, absolute bliss. Anyway, as I'm rambling on, you can tell that I really love every single piece that I have in here. The reason why I came in here, though, really, was to see what these look like if I displayed them on this table where the Le Boudoir sign is currently. So, Johnny, I think I'm gonna need some help moving that very, very heavy sign.
So let's get to work. And there you have it. So what do you think?
I think once they're actually complete and all the art is finished on them, I think it's gonna look pretty good.
Yeah, I love them. I really love just the, I love the way you staged it, but the zinc is so beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I like all the different heights. So obviously I'll still play around with it a little bit more once they're all finished. But it helps me figure out what I want to put on each of these.
Okay.
Right? Because I think I'm not going to just do words on all of them. I might do fleur-de-lis. I might do a big RF, different sizes. So yeah, I do think it helps to display it actually before they're finished.
I love it when you do work on like the bistro tables or the zinc buckets, because it's your personal stamp, isn't it?
I think that's what's fun. I think it's nice. I mean, of course, it's nice to find treasures and just sell them on as is. But I think it's also nice to find things that you can add to.
Yeah.
And then sell those on, because it goes from sort of just a vintage piece to an art piece. And I'm looking around, and I do need to do a little brocante trip soon, because it's starting to look a little bit empty. This is my best kept secret. It's called Troc.com, and they're consignment shops, and they're all over France. And this one is huge. I love these places because sometimes you find weird things like this. It's a machine for grains. Look at this. I mean, it's obviously not something I'd buy, but it's just an interesting little piece.
So you wouldn't put that in your kitchen? It's dusty pink.
It is dusty pink, isn't it? And my absolute favorite find at these shops are bistro chairs. And every so often, if I'm very lucky, they have them. Johnny spotted this adorable little chandelier, and it's not crystal or anything, but it's quite cute. And I think in the apothecary shop, in a little nook in the corner, it would be perfect. I see a really cute little tiny mirror, and I think we have to get that. If you're ever looking for china, they just have such a variety, and you can find Limoges. And look at the prices, 25 euros for this whole set. It's quite beautiful. I'm a little bit obsessed with these little Limoges teacups. I mean, how charming are they?
Quite unusual. They're like a cross between a really delicate little teacup and an egg holder. Look at the stems.
I might have to get those. I've got my little treasures. Never come in a trunk and leave empty-handed. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. And for exclusive videos and behind-the-scenes tours, check out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching.